Hello, I'm Zanin Javelin, and welcome to the administration back end of your website from Technobase Studios, where we will be covering individual modules that you will use to build your new website. The first module that we will be going over is content, which is signified by the blue folder with the file paper in it. And in that module, you will see where you have several things that you can create right off the bat to start giving your pages a look and feel of a website being created. The very first thing that you'll notice is under Content Manager is where any articles that you have written, any articles that you have passed in the archives will be stored right here. The most important things to notice about this is the three areas here where one is status, and as you can see by the two cogwheels connected together with the two arrows showing a movement there, that this is an active page. It's under the category of homeless, which when you start to put in for your content, you can create categories and then have your stories under different categories, which I will show you here in a moment. You have your functions, which is what is it that you want to do with the articles that you have here. You'll see where there's a pencil and a paper there. That would signify that you want to edit that particular article. The cogwheels are here again with a box. The box showing that it's stopping the movement of the cogwheels, meaning that you are deactivating that web page. And then the last thing that you see here is where there's a page with an X in it, and that is just simply signifying that you wish to delete that particular article. Next, you'll see under here where it has Add Category or Add a New Category. This is where you will add categories again for your content section that people will sit there and go through and being interested in one area or another to find out news and stories about. For example, if you are a club owner, you might have the category Events. And under Events, you might have where your story is Events for this week. So that's just an example of how you can do that. And in creating, say, a title, let's go ahead and do that. I will put Event Calendar for a title. And then for the description, I will put Events for the week. Okay? Now the thing about it is that when you start to work with text that you have here, any text also goes through in this box has text editing, where if I wanted to, I can make that bold, I can make it italic, I can underline it, I can right justify, left justify, or even put it in the center like I just did now. I can create ordered or bullet lists. I can even, while I have that highlighted, click on that little chain button there, and in clicking that chain button, what it's going to do is open up a box where I can actually put a web link in. And creating that web link, let's put a little one that we're all familiar with here yet again, which let's just say secondlife.com. Here it has target. The target is when somebody clicks on that link, where do you want them to go? Do you want them to use the same page? Which may be a good idea if the link is within something that's within your own website. If the link is outside of your website, like you see here where I put secondlife.com, you might want to have that link open up a new window so that the people never actually leave your website, and once they follow that link in a new window, when they're done with that website, they can close that window out and then they're back on your website. We click Insert, and you see here where now Events for the week has a little blue line underneath it, just signifying that it is now a link. You can also put in your own HTML code in adding to pages if you are familiar with the basic building blocks for most websites. You will see where there is code in here already, but that is because we actually made the events for the week a web link. So of course it has on the page, on what would be considered the back end on a website page, the HTML source code. And you see there where, like I said, it's in blue and also is underlined to show that it is a web link. I simply click add, and then you can see here when we scroll down that there's a category of event calendar. If I wanted to see the other categories that I have added to, such as homeless, this would be in me taking the initiative of putting in an article of one that I would be using for the Faith Foundation. On any of your categories, you can edit them to change the information that you just put in for them, and this is handy in case anything does change with any of the categories that you create, say, a month or two down the line. Underneath that, you'll see where it says add a new page. This is where you can add a new page story where I may put in bikini beach party. Here it has a category where I can, on a drop down box, select. I'm going to select an event calendar because that's an event that I plan on having this week. And I'm going to put in Monday's event. Okay. Now you have underneath here the header text. This would be basically your slogan, your line that you would put in, something that would attract attention to the article. And I would put in, say, bikini beach party contest, and first prize is 1,000 lindens for the best bikini. Now again, I can make that bold, italic. In this case, I just simply want to underline it and center it for that. Page text can simply be best bikini contest starts at 5 p.m. SLT, which all of us knows means Second Lifetime. Again, as you can see with all of these, you have, again, the tools underneath to sit there and add anything you like, whether it's HTML code in it, to make any of the text a link to go to any other website and so forth. Footer text, I'm just going to put see you there. Whoops. And let me get back. See you there is what I'm going to put from there. And the signature, I'm just going to put written by Zanin Javelin. And in putting that through, I can choose what language I would like to sit there and have that show in. Let's say I was writing an article for the Japanese sim, so I would put maybe Japanese, Chinese, or whichever may be appropriate. I can activate this page or choose not to activate, and not activating this page, it would mean that you simply are archiving this story that maybe you might have come up at another date and time, so to speak, on your website. I simply then go ahead and click send, and from there you see where I now have 2 stories that are in there. These stories would be under the module here where it would have content. Right now I have left that module inactive simply because we did not have any content to represent, but if I click on content when we have it active in this module, it now shows the different stories that I have through. If I click on one of them, say the homeless one, it goes to the link through. Being that I am the administrator, it gives me the choice to edit, deactivate it, or delete it. And then when I click on the link to go to the story, it shows me the story right there, shows the different things that are put in automatically, such as copyright by this website, and there you have for your content.